Good morning, Friday, the 17th of May, and we're going to look at the daily transiting astrology. Transiting astrology is different to the type of astrology that is done on a birth chart. That is taking one moment in time and extrapolating it to a whole lifetime of work with a particular set of tools. Transiting astrology is about the planets above our head and the effect that they are indicating is likely to be around us. And therefore, for all of us, it doesn't matter what our sun sign, star sign is, we are all feeling the effects of the planets in the sky right now. Okay, so I'm about to share with you. So you are by now seeing what we call a transiting chart. So this is the chart of the transiting planets. The transits. So just looked over, it says transits. I thought, yes, that's right. Okay. So those of you that are following every day, brilliant, because you're getting a really good example of how the heavens change on a daily basis, that wonderful dance that they're always doing on the stage. Okay, you'll notice that the houses are changing shape. Remember, we had a huge 12th house. Because we're on a sphere, our angle to the sun and to other parts of the sky changes all the time. This is worked out mathematically by far more intelligent people than you and I. And I'm not even beginning to tell you how this happens, but the houses change shape as we go through the seasons. And that's it. I just read this stuff, right? I didn't invent it. Okay, so as the other thing you'll notice, different to yesterday, is Venus has moved up. Look at this, now at 22, Uranus at 23, Sun at 26.56, Jupiter at 27.58, 2 more minutes of arc, and the Sun is within 1 degree of orb of Jupiter. And that means it is now a tight conjunction. It is conjunct, and the Sun will start expressing Jupiter's very joyous and carefree energy. Now, do we notice this? Will we? I don't know, because right now we've got something else going on in the sky, which is depressing everything that the Sun and Jupiter are trying to make buoyant. The Saturn is a planet, some Saturn's here, is a planet that, trying to put it in a nutshell, reduces everything, gives us hardship. It's the way we cope with being restricted, the way we cope with boundaries, the way we cope with not getting something. Jupiter, on the other hand, is the opposite. Jupiter is how we cope with expansion, how we cope with joy. Cope, yeah, sometimes joy is too hard to cope with. People who win the lottery say that this is not what they expected. They feel quite shocked. So how we cope with boundaries and difficulties. And it is also a taskmaster and a lesson giver. So this is a planet which gives us our hard lessons, and they are the ones that own us, the ones that give us wisdom eventually. This is the pain gain thing. The pain of Saturn's lessons gives us endless wisdom and a peace and serenity as we get older in life that you just couldn't get any other way. Saturn is being highlighted by having the moon exactly opposite it, that's 17 degrees of Virgo, while Saturn sits at 17 degrees of Pisces. This does 2 or 3 things. First of all, moon, Saturn. The moon is all about emotional sensitivity. It's all about unconditional love. And it feels quite shy. And it really wants to be reclusive, but is very much involved with those sensitive emotions. Now, Saturn, on the other hand, is about a life where you cannot have those emotions. No one's going to nurture you. Love is conditional. It is not unconditional. And so we've got conditional love, unconditional love. We've got boundaries and things that hold us back. And we've got an emotional soft place on the other side. Well, the kind of softness you feel when you look at, you know, your lovely baby or your fabulous dog or whatever. So the moon does not like being under Saturn's gaze, and is shrinking at the moment. It's, well, not physically, but the energy is like, oh, I don't feel too good. I feel fearful. I feel sad. I feel despondent. And so for a couple of hours, as I'm making this video, in the air, there is a despondency or a recognition of something that can't be had. Something is being denied us, something we need, we can't have it, and so we have to manage without it. It's like an austerity thing. Now, the axis that this is sitting on is the Pisces-Virgo axis, right? And this tells its own story as well. I'll just stop the share while I'm talking to you about this. So Pisces and Virgo on this axis have a theme. And one displays an aspect of this theme and the other one displays another aspect. The theme of the Pisces Virgo axis is health and service to others. It's a feminine axis, and so it isn't one that is loud and in your face and buoyant and dramatic. It gives itself up to simple things like domestic duties, healing people, healing the sick, hospitals, that kind of thing. So there may be for some this particular day an aspect of difficulty over anything that I have just spoken about. Now, the moon isn't there for long, and it normally only just sort of highlights it and then goes and we get on with the day. If something much bigger is in your life anyway, this will give you a peak moment for that drama, that difficulty, that tension, that stress. And it's an opportunity for you to feel those emotions and apply them to the situation because you are human and you know it's the right thing to do. And be at peace with them. Just be as if you are a gentle wind or a fairy or something of a gentle nature, just sitting with and being with the difficulties. And that is the best thing that you can do. Accept it, sit with it, be at peace with it. And the emotions in your heart will come out and colour your environment and help those who need that solace, that sustenance, need to feel that comfort. Okay, so I'll just go back to the share. One second. There we go. There we go. So we have the share back again now. And I think that we are, oh yeah, the other thing that I was going to cover was the Mercury-Pluto square. If you remember a couple of days back, if you don't go and look at the video and watch it again, I was talking about Mercury square to Pluto. That has actually just happened. Mercury has actually gone past that square now. It's at 0207 and Pluto is at 0203. Okay, so and that will have revealed a secret from the depths. Something that was hidden before has come into the light. You will notice something that used to be covered. It could be something as ordinary as I couldn't work out how to do my computer, and now suddenly I feel quite able to because I've read something or something's been revealed, or it could be as simple as that, or it could be something to do with I'm trying to think of the topic. So science, for instance, you know, like, oh, I've suddenly worked out how this works. That kind of stuff. Look for it in the news as well. I'll look for it in the news later and see if I can pick out anything. Okay, and so I think that is just about, I mean, I've been talking for ages, haven't I, really? So apologies for that. This is Friday, obviously. I can't do the videos Saturday and Sunday because of family commitments. So I'll see you again Monday. I hope that was useful, and I'm looking forward to seeing you Monday. And thank you very much for listening. And thank you very much. And it's great to talk to you. And you know where I am if you need a reading or anything like that. Okay, I'll say goodbye. Bye.